Several really cool power-ups appeared in the first Super Mario movie made by Illumination. But did you know that Super Mario Galaxy the movie featured many more power-ups? Fire Mario and Luigi. Even though the Fire Flower appeared in the first movie and its power-up was used by Princess Peach and even Donkey Kong, we hadn't seen Mario or Luigi access the fire transformation, which was a shame. Thankfully, the sequel fixed that as the brothers transform into Fire Mario and Fire Luigi right at the beginning of this film. In this form, their overalls and caps turn completely white, while their shirts take on their signature colors, red for Mario and green for Luigi. This is one of the earliest and most classic transformations in the franchise, having first appeared in the original Super Mario Bros., alongside the Red Mushroom and the Superstar. Pretty fascinating, right? And this is just the beginning, because we're going to talk about all the power-ups that were used in Super Mario Galaxy the movie. You already know, right? Another Cinewave is starting! Red Star Mario. The final battle of the movie was between Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi versus Bowser and his son, until an ink monster attacked Bowser Jr., which is ironic since he was the one who created that monster with the magic paintbrush in the first place. So Mario decides to save his enemy, proving that he is a true hero. But to save Bowser Jr., the plumber used a brand new transformation where his overalls turn red and the rest of his outfit turns black, granting him the ability to fly. This transformation is known as Red Star Mario or Flying Mario, and is granted by a star that looks a lot like the Superstar, but is red and smaller. It makes perfect sense that this transformation was used to end the battle once and for all, since Red Star Mario originally appeared in the game Super Mario Galaxy, which the movie is heavily based on. It would be really awesome to see more of it in future movies. Ice Mario. Another power-up that appeared in the first movie but wasn't used by the Mario Brothers is the Ice Flower. It's basically the opposite version of the Fire Flower, giving the user the ability to shoot freezing energy balls. The one who uses this transformation in the first movie is Peach during her fight against Bowser, but in Super Mario Galaxy, the main character finally uses the same power-up. The color scheme is the same as Fire Mario, except the white is replaced with blue. The scene where it appears is just a comedic moment, where a Toad is sad because his ice cream got knocked over, and then Mario uses his ice powers to create a new ice cream. He even accidentally freezes Luigi with a single touch. The Ice Flower first appeared in a spin-off RPG game in the franchise called Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, long after the Fire Flower. Cape Mario. Something interesting about power-ups in Super Mario is that not all of them have unique abilities. In fact, there are transformations with very similar powers. For example, the Tanuki Mario we saw in the first movie can fly, just like Red Star Mario, and also like another transformation that is used right at the end of the film, Cape Mario. This power-up takes the form of a feather and gives the user a yellow cape. From that point on, Mario, or anyone who grabs the feather, becomes capable of flying. In the final scene of the movie, the plumber used this ability to reach the top of Peach's castle and place her flag up there, since it had just been rebuilt. This transformation was introduced in Super Mario World, the same game that introduced Yoshi to the world. Frog Luigi. One of the best scenes in Super Mario Bros. The movie is when the hero transforms into Cat Mario, using his claws and feline agility to beat the heck out of Donkey Kong. That power-up doesn't show up again in the sequel, but another animal transformation makes an appearance. Frog Luigi. This power-up first appeared in Super Mario Bros. 3. When using it, Luigi's outfit turns into a frog suit, and he becomes capable of jumping very high and swimming at high speed, just like a real frog. Giving this power-up to Mario's brother was a great choice, since green is already Luigi's signature color. He transforms into Frog Luigi in the same sequence of scenes where Ice Mario appears, when the Mario Brothers and Yoshi had to take care of the Mushroom Kingdom all by themselves. Now we want to know, what's your favorite power-up from the Super Mario universe? Comment down below #power-up along with your answer. Drill Mario. Before transforming into Red Star Mario, the hero used another power-up to fight Bowser and Bowser Jr., the Drill Mushroom, which turned him into Drill Mario. Despite the ridiculous look, this transformation is very powerful because it allows the user to drill and dig through the ground just like a real drill. The most dangerous part is that he can pop out from anywhere in the ground, like right underneath an enemy, to strike them by surprise. This is a fairly recent power-up, first appearing in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the latest mainline game in the franchise. And don't even bring up Super Mario Kart World because that's a spin-off. The movies are keeping the trend of mixing elements from classic games with those from the newer ones. Cloud Luigi. In that same battle where Drill Mario appears, we also get to see another amazing transformation, Cloud Luigi. This transformation, granted by the Cloud Flower, makes Luigi's outfit become almost entirely made of clouds, especially his hat. And yes, this makes perfect sense with the power he receives, which is the ability to create cloud platforms platforms. This can only be done 3 times, which is visually represented by the 3 little clouds floating above the user's head. But it seems that limitation only exists in the games, because Luigi summons multiple clouds in the movie without any trouble. A secondary ability of this power-up is jumping higher and falling slowly, since his clothes are made of clouds and are therefore very light. This is actually a power-up that fits perfectly with the movie. While the Red Star form was introduced in Super Mario Galaxy, the Cloud Flower first appeared in Super Mario Galaxy 2 and plays a major role in gameplay. Dry Bowser. Don't think that only Mario and Luigi got new transformations in this movie. Bowser himself also reached a new level of power. It didn't come exactly from a traditional power-up, but we can still treat it like one. We're talking about Dry Bowser. This happens when the King of the Koopas is defeated by Mario and thrown into a sea of lava. But that wasn't the end of Bowser. It was the beginning of a new version of this villain, as he turned into a skeleton. Bowser has always been dangerous, but things only got worse from that point on. Since he is technically already dead, nothing can take his life away. You can see this at the end when Bowser is broken into pieces and still keeps talking. This transformation comes from New Super Mario Bros., where he also becomes this way after falling into lava in the game's story. In fact, the King of the Koopas remains a skeleton until the end of the movie. Will he stay like that, or will he be restored to his original form in a 3rd film? Wonder Bowser Jr. You know the saying, like father, like son? That basically defines Bowser Jr., who is a copy of his father, just much smarter and more malicious. It's no surprise that he also has his own transformations, but just like Bowser, they don't come from standard power-ups, but from something else. In his case, the source of his transformations is his magic paintbrush. The first time he encounters Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi, Bowser Jr. uses the paint from his weapon to take on a purple form where he becomes much stronger and faster. This transformation is also very recent, coming from Super Mario Bros. Wonder, just like the drill mushroom. That's why it's called Wonder Bowser Jr. Fury Bowser Jr. To fight alongside his father, Mario's arch-enemy's son used his paintbrush to gain another transformation, Fury Bowser Jr. This time, the magical paint makes the young tyrant become darker, more powerful, and engulfed in flames. What's interesting is that in the games, this transformation was never used by the kid, but by his father instead. This happens during the events of Bowser's Fury, an expansion of Super Mario Bros. 3D World. But in the case of Fury Bowser, he didn't just become more powerful, he turned into a gigantic beast and a threat capable of destroying an entire kingdom on his own. Now that we know Bowser Jr. can also use his magic paintbrush to create this transformation in the movie universe, will we see the gigantic Fury Bowser from the games in the 3rd Super Mario movie? We have to admit, that would be absolutely epic. There's a new video here every day, so subscribe and hit the bell to stay up to date. Penguin Toad. Even Toad got the chance to use a power-up in this movie, and it happened during the incredible fight scene that took place inside a giant casino, where Peach and her loyal companion fought against Wart's henchman, a criminal frog. Toad received his power-up from a slot machine, and when he used it, he gained a penguin suit. Coming from New Super Mario Bros. Wii, this is another transformation similar to Cat Mario and Frog Luigi, where the user gains exaggerated versions of an animal's abilities. Because of that, Penguin Toad slides across the ground like a penguin gliding on ice, knocking down anyone in his path. In the games, this transformation also comes with other abilities like swimming and shooting freezing snowballs, which closely resembles the Ice Flower's power. Blimp Yoshi. Do you know who fought alongside Drill Mario and Cloud Luigi in the final battle against Bowser and his son? It was Yoshi, or rather Blimp Yoshi. Introduced in Super Mario Galaxy 2, this transformation turns Yoshi blue and makes him inflate like a balloon, which is perfect when he needs to fly to high places. The problem is that, in the movie, Yoshi didn't manage to help much during the fight while in this form, and ended up just floating around most of the time. At least until he got hit and started releasing all the air inside him, to the point of knocking into Bowser Jr. Mini Bowser. Along with these brand new transformations, we also saw one that appeared at the end of the previous movie, Mini Bowser. After being defeated in Super Mario Bros. The movie, Bowser was forced to eat a mini mushroom, shrinking him down and leaving him trapped. The sequel begins with Bowser still stuck in this shrunken form, only returning to normal when Mario hits him. Super Peach. Of course, this movie also brought back the most basic power-up in the franchise, the Super Mushroom, which transforms Mario into Super Mario. Among so many power-ups, it didn't get that much spotlight, but we did see Peach use it after defeating Wart's henchman and turning into Super Peach. The funny part is that, since she is naturally tall, unlike Mario, the Super Mushroom makes Peach practically become a giant. We've left 2 videos on your screen so you can choose and keep having fun with us. See you in the next video!